communicating today in my official capacity on behalf of the FedRAMP Program Management Office at the General Services Administration. To ensure effective engagement and transparency with industry, I will be sharing information based on what I know at the present time. The information I plan to share today is provided to enhance transparency between industry and the FedRAMP PMO. But it is possible that some of this information may change at a later date because no final decisions have been made at this time. However, I think it is important to have this dialogue so we can move forward in a transparent manner, but I wanted you to have that context before I got into the substance of my presentation. My commitment to you is to continue this dialogue and share any new developments as soon as I can. Additionally, any reference in this conversation to any specific commercial product, process, or service, or the use of any trade, firm, or corporation name is for the information and convenience of the public and does not constitute endorsement, recommendation, or favoring by GSA. Thank you for bearing with me with that legal disclaimer. Some short ground rules. Plenty of people have registered for this meeting, so we've turned off the ability to unmute yourself so that we don't have to chase down interruptions. In addition, we have disabled the meeting chat. We want all discussions and collaboration to take place in GitHub discussions board created specifically for this working group. We invite you to post any questions or ideas you have there. We already have a dedicated questions thread for the meeting, which you can find pinned to our discussion board. We plan to actively participate in the discussion, so this will be the best way to get your questions answered. Here is today's agenda. The intent is to meet bi-weekly for 30 minutes to an hour. These meetings are not intended to be used to collaboratively work on activities, gain consensus, or make decisions. These are solely touch points to provide updates on progress, both within the group and the greater FedRAMP 20X community. The majority of the engagement and work in this group will be done on our GitHub repo discussion forum. The CWG is a new model for public-private collaboration. One of our guiding principles is for all work to take place in public with maximum transparency. Working in GitHub discussions ensures all community members, present and future, will have access to our work. Myself and Michelle will work to facilitate discussions, answer questions, and work through problems identified within the forum. Agenda recommendations and formulation will happen there as well. Anything brought up in the town hall meetings will also be posted on GitHub. Otherwise, it may be forgotten. Over to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Emu. I would like to thank everyone for their lively participation in our GitHub discussion board. As of yesterday, we had 8 individual top-level discussion threads, 60 top-level comments, and 46 comment replies over the last 2 weeks. We also have engagement from 43 unique users. I just want to give a quick shout out to our top contributors for this week period. And thank you for your engagement. Community contributions are our special sauce that will make this program exceptional. For anyone who wants to add to the conversation, this next 2-week period, FedRAMP wants to establish framework and artifact acceptance criteria. If you're new here and want to participate, the link to our discussion board can be found on the screen, and also will be found on our website. By participating, you are helping to contribute to the future of FedRAMP and providing input that will help to inform future FedRAMP standards, particularly for 20X. We have seen a lot of really interesting themes in the discussions and want to highlight a few of the ideas. The discussion reveals strong support for leveraging existing commercial security frameworks rather than creating new materials for FedRAMP. Several established mappings to existing federal standards were identified, including ISO, CIS controls, Cloud Security Alliance, CCM, and high trust and SOC 2 trusted services criteria. These existing mappings demonstrate substantial overlap with the FedRAMP requirements and could potentially streamline the assessment process for organizations already certified under these frameworks. While there is general agreement that framework reuse could help reduce costs and streamline the authorization process, participants also emphasize the importance of maintaining FedRAMP's security rigor. The feedback strongly indicates that CSPs rarely pursue FedRAMP as their first security certification unless they are specifically developing solutions for the federal government use. The primary barrier is what's known as the Valley of Death, where companies struggle to obtain federal contracts without FedRAMP authorization, but find it difficult to justify investment in FedRAMP without guaranteed federal business. The discussion also revealed strong consensus that numerous existing commercial frameworks provide comprehensive coverage for continuity planning, eliminating the need for FedRAMP to develop new materials. Key frameworks mentioned have been ISO, HITRUST, CMMC, NIST, and COBIT, and the Security Control Framework, SCF. The community supports the concept of reciprocity between FedRAMP and other authorization programs, particularly at the state level certifications, but emphasizes the need for careful consideration of varying security requirements and validation processes. And finally, the community has provided very valuable insights regarding which aspects of security compliance can be automated and which require human intervention. There's broad consensus that automation can significantly reduce the manual effort, potentially up to 95%. But certain areas will still require human judgment and contextual understanding. I'll pass it back to Emu to discuss our work moving forward.
Thank you, Michelle. All right, so discussions on GitHub are providing valuable ideas and feedback that inform our activities as a PMO and contribute to our development of FedRAMP 20X. We understand that there are concerns with the speed and scale of change happening at FedRAMP. We've heard concerns that not all frameworks may be appropriate or easily mapped, and that CSPs may not assess components within the FedRAMP boundary during a commercial framework assessment. We are keeping all of this top of mind in our work. By accepting content from other frameworks, the intention is not to lower the bar, but to acknowledge that a CSP is not starting from security square one. There have been lots of discussions that center around NIST 853 controls. Keep in mind that FedRAMP 20X will be establishing key security indicators, or KSIs for short. The KSIs will maintain the spirit and intent behind the NIST 853 controls, but will not have direct alignment. Official input for KSIs will be via the RFC process, but informal feedback is welcome in the community working group discussions, and the automating assessment CWG is currently focused on prototypes for technical validation. In order to establish the who, what, and how for commercial framework usage, acceptance standards need to be defined. We will be posting starter threads on related topics and hope to see engagement from the community. All right, back to you, Michelle.
Thank you. I appreciate that. This is our current sprint's discussion starters. We will focus on questions about machine readable formats, what should be considered for accepting commercial frameworks, and soliciting information on shared commercial and federal environments. If this sparks other broader questions, please feel free to start a new thread. Our next meeting will be on May the 6th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. If you registered for this meeting through the formal Zoom channel, you should have access to the meeting's invitation already. While we will use the same link from now on, if you haven't formally registered, please do so. This will ensure you get cancellation and update notices as we move forward. If you have a demo or prototype that you would like to share at any point, please let us know in GitHub discussions. Again, not an opportunity for you to pitch products explicitly, but we do want to see what the community is working on and what they envision for automation in FedRAMP 20X. Thank you so much for your time and attention today and your engagement in GitHub. As a reminder, these slides and recording will be posted there in and we are very excited to hear from you in the discussions board. Any questions that you have can be posted in the dedicated Q&A thread for this town hall, and we look forward to hearing from you in our discussion threads. Have a good day, everyone.